we have two voices. We have the voice of the mind and we have the voice of the heart. The voice of the heart will always guide you the right way. It's the voice of the mind which its purpose is to keep you safe. So its purpose is to keep you in fear. Its purpose is to keep you in a sort of a safety net that you've always known.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ashni Gajaria, the co-founder of Meditourz, and today we have Payal joining us all the way from Australia. Thank you for being here in Mumbai. Payal is a spiritual healer, life coach and mentor, and I happen to do a lot of sessions with her, and she helps me with my mental well-being and clarity a lot of times. So I'm very excited for her to be here with us, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashni. Thank you for having me. I work with different healing modalities, which are dealing with emotional blocks that we face, where we feel we're not worthy, we're not good enough, and also different business issues that we have, different other inner child issues. So I've been doing this for around 15 years now. And one thing that I have noticed is that everywhere else in the world, I have been having clients everywhere else, but all of us have the same common problems.
I see. So I remember there was a time in between that I wasn't understanding my leadership style or my personality, and then how to work better with my co-founder, with my team members, etc. And you kind of helped me through a business constellation on how things should work, what energies are kind of blocking us, and what are the small tweaks somebody can make to kind of just open up the entire thing. It's like, you know, you have like a small little cog in a place, and you just move the cog a little bit and then the whole water gushes out. So I think those tips really helped me understand things better. I think I would call them the right tools that were guiding me to take the right steps forward.
Right. So everything is energetically based, whether it is a business, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career, whether it's about what you feel about yourself, everything is energetic based. So when you put that energy and you connect into that energy, it's an inner intuition that we all have. Because of life circumstances, experiences, things that happen to us, we disconnect from that intuition. But that inner voice is always very strong within us. Now, when we reconnect into that inner voice, into that deeper sense of self, into the understanding of who we truly are, then things start to change, things start to move, and you start to heal, you become more aware, and things just get back into the flow, exactly as you said, as you know, when you move that cog and there's a flow of things.
So there's a lot of work we actually are doing for ourselves, for our well-being, but also the well-being of people around us, right? Because if we are in our highest self and understand our self-worth, and comfortable in our skin, it just makes the entire dynamics really good, I believe.
Absolutely, because when you have opened up your energy, you're automatically getting that back to you in everything around you. So maybe small things which really impacted you earlier, or you felt that you didn't have that self-worth, or you felt lack of confidence, or you felt that, there's something that somebody said to me and you feel hurt about it. But when you are in your sense of self and in that energetic frequency and vibration, and you're vibrating at that level, then whatever you're attracting is also coming to you from that level. So when you are in alignment with yourself, everything around you goes into alignment around you as well.
That makes sense. People are achieving a lot in life, but they still don't feel very confident, or they feel their self-worth is not enough that they're doing, but they believe they're in alignment. So maybe the rewiring of the way we say things, etc., and some tips that you gave us will really help them be in true alignment and not believe they're actually in alignment, right?
Yes, absolutely right.
Got it. So I wanted to ask you, sometimes secretly or unknowingly rather, people do small things that kind of deteriorate their self-worth, or they don't really achieve what they're looking for, etc. And why is that? Like, what's the reason for it?
So I think we have a very loud inner voice and inner critic, which is constantly living with us, which constantly is telling us that we're not good enough, we can't do this, we're not going to be able to do it, better not to try. And we're constantly living with that voice, and it gets very, very tiring. And by the end of it, we actually believe what that voice is saying. And so even if we wanted to try, somewhere deep within our hearts, where it feels that this is our passion, this is what we want to do, and we do want to try doing something, but you let this noise of the mind take over what actually is the truth, and you believe that to be the truth, and then you stop, and then that leads to self-sabotage, and then that ends up in a whole process of where you're just not going to end up doing anything, because you will try and you will feel that I'm failing, and then you want to give up.
So it's like mastering your own inner voice and your own mind, and just taking the risk, right? Like, what worse could possibly happen? Like,
exactly. Yeah. So that you're not stuck with that inner doubt, that self-criticism, the belief that I'm not good enough, and all of the things that come with that, the lack of confidence and things like that. So we have two voices. We have the voice of the mind and we have the voice of the heart. The voice of the heart will always guide you the right way. It's the voice of the mind which its purpose is to keep you safe. So its purpose is to keep you in fear. Its purpose is to keep you in a sort of a safety net that you've always known. That what is known is safe for me. So it's about going deeper into your heart space, into this voice over here, which actually tells you the truth. It will guide you in the right way.
How can you differentiate the voice in your heart and the voice in your mind? Like, how would a layman like me, who may not always have professional help, luckily I do, but differentiate the two?
We all actually have that voice within us, and it's the easiest way to connect to it is you can just put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, inhale and exhale, and just keep your hand over there. This connection over here, bringing your awareness to the connection over here, will allow you, first you may not hear anything, you're like, oh, this doesn't work for me. Just remain there, because this voice here is here to guide us.
Got it.
It is here to show us our truth. So just allow yourself to believe that there is something here that's going to say something to me. You don't need any professional help for that. It's you literally connecting into your own inner wisdom that we are all innately born with. There is nothing that you have to do to activate it. It's there. You just have to tune into that frequency.
Got it.
And the sound of the mind and the voice of the mind is always very, very loud. It's predominantly negative. This will never give you something negative.
Is that more like the alpha and the very like masculine kind of energy that tells you, oh, this is how you have to do it and this is why you should do it? It's a very, very dominant kind of voice.
And this is the ego voice. I would call this the ego voice. Definitely, as you're saying, the dominance of the ego voice. And this is the voice of the original creation that we were born with. So this is always eternal, truthful, and full of wisdom.
Can self-worth be built for someone who's never really felt it? Like, how do they start the process from zero? Like, consider this is day zero and they've never felt it. How would they kind of start the process?
So yes, definitely you can. It starts with first understanding and having the awareness of your self-perception. Now, very often we kind of just take ourselves for granted. One of the easy steps that you can do is basically write down what are the positive traits within you. What are the positive things that you have achieved? What are the positive things that you believe about yourself? Some people have a stage where they don't know anything positive about themselves. Then think about what would your friends or family have told you? What have they said about you? Everybody has somebody who would have said something positive about you. So start with that. Start with the positivity of your own self, your own body, your own belief systems. And the more you start to write that, the more you start to have that paper in front of you, you're able to read it, you're able to acknowledge it physically in the physical presence. So don't say it in your mind only. It's about writing it down. You can read it out to yourself. You can look at yourself in the mirror and read it out. And when you start to do that, we're working with the neuroplasticity of the brain. Because then what starts to happen is the brain is constantly getting reframed with this positive aspect of myself. So where I'm placing my attention is where I'm understanding that this is how I want to believe about what I want to believe about myself now. So when I do that and I place that attention on the positive, I'm telling my mind, I'm telling my subconscious mind, this is how I want to be going forward. So then you automatically start to believe those things about yourself and attract such situations.
Like a reinforcement to yourself? Could that be that?
Absolutely. It is that constant, it's like a muscle, and when you exercise, right? It gets stronger, it gets fitter, it gets more, it works better. That's exactly how it is with our minds as well. And with our belief systems, you can definitely reframe your belief and your worth about yourself.
People are facing things in life, it's actually related to their past wounds or their inner child or just the experience they've had over the years before they are at their current stage in life, right?
Yes.
So how do they kind of overcome all of that and then I would not like to say a restart, but start fresh in a way that they kind of leave all that baggage and move forward.
So, a lot of who we are today is based on our earlier inner child experiences and what we have had as children, where maybe we didn't feel loved, we didn't feel seen, we didn't feel heard, we didn't feel safe, or we had a certain expectation which maybe our parents and our family could not meet. Now, as we grow up, we at that stage we create beliefs about ourselves that, oh, I'm not important, or I'm not worthy, or I'm a failure, or I need to do something to get my parents' love. We grow up with those belief systems, and those definitely impact us, and those become our inner core wounds. And then those transpire into different behavioral aspects of our everyday life. So it could be whether we're very clingy in a relationship, or we fear abandonment, or we feel that there is somebody we really want to be with, but then we're scared to commit because we're afraid to be hurt again, or things like that. So these are all inner child and trauma wounds, which can be addressed through going to a certified healer, a therapist, a counselor. This is not something that you can only do on your own, or through self-help books, or just through reading on your own. I would not recommend that, simply because there is deep-rooted that deep-rooted awareness can only be healed in a safe space when somebody is professionally being able to take you forward and lead you in the right way, where it is safe for you now, so that you're not in the unsafety of your own emotions, and also in the somatic experience of your body, which is holding so much of trauma.
Yeah. What is one thing a layman can do today to feel safer with their own emotions? Like, if I have to give a tip to somebody who doesn't completely understand this, what would they do?
So breath work is very important. Breath work is actually something that connects our mind, our body, our soul, and our spirit. So what you can do very simply is do deep breathing. So inhaling in for the count of 4, inhaling in, and then as you are exhaling out through your mouth very, very gently for the count of 6 or 8. So you can double the exhalation from the inhalation. And as you do a couple of rounds of that, you will start to connect deeper into a deep sense of space and peace within you. And when you unlock that, you will be able to connect into your emotions better, and you'll be in an equilibrium, in a calmer state to connect to those emotions, whatever they are. And say, for example, you're feeling angry or you're feeling sad, you can just breathe through that sadness and say, I'm currently breathing and I'm exhaling out the sadness. And that would give you immediate peace and calm.
Why is it so hard for people to really set boundaries per se?
So a lot of that comes from people pleasing. A lot of that comes from our own self-worth, and also us believing that we are letting others down if we say no. So, but we have to remember one thing, that if we are saying yes to them, very often we are saying no to ourselves. So setting boundaries is a very important aspect of our own self-worth, our intrinsic aspect of ourselves, what is important to us and what we are willing to do up to a certain level. Also understanding that because people pleasing comes from a deeper insecurity, it comes from a deeper wounding, where you want to be able to say yes to the people around you all the time because you want their validation. So it does come back again to that void within us that we're trying to fill with other people around us, and therefore we find it very hard to say no to them.
Got it. So what is that one boundary someone can set to ensure that they don't have to keep saying yes, and they're kind of rooted to their inner compass, so they don't need that validation, but can just help them achieve things better, or just feel good, or do the right things, I would like to say, or more positive things?
So I would say again, asking yourself, am I saying yes to myself in this moment by doing this, or am I saying no to myself in this moment? Am I really overextending what I'm doing for other people right now? Maybe you're exhausted, and then somebody says, oh, will you come with me for this? And you say yes. In that moment, how much effort is that taking away from you, or that time away from you? Because what happens is we have not put ourselves first.
Correct.
So how important are you to yourself would be a good question.
So would it be correct to say you have to be as true and authentic to yourself, and that's the best boundary you can kind of set for yourself?
Yes. And some people sometimes find it difficult to address what that boundary could be for you. So I think a very simple question in that moment would be like, what is it taking away from me, or what is it giving me? Those are two very important questions you can ask.
Got it. I've seen this personally as well. When I'm stressed, I can't really articulate things well, or I don't have the clarity to say what I want to say, or maybe I'm thinking something else and saying something else. Why does that necessarily happen?
So basically, when we are continuously put under stressful conditions, what happens is that we go into a flight and freeze mode in our body. Now, when we do that, that flight and freeze mode gives us a lot of tension in our body, a lot of stress. The hormones are activated. There's a constant pressure that we feel on ourselves. Now, in those states of mind, it's very difficult for us to think with clarity, to think with what it is I want to do. So in that moment, actually, what we want to do is to activate the calmness within us. So it's about taking that step back, taking that breath, taking that pause, giving ourselves back that equilibrium within us. And when we do that, that is where all our clarity lies. That is where our answers lie. They don't lie in the chaos of the moment. So it's taking a step back in that moment, breaking your thought process. Like in that moment, you can say, cancel in your mind. You're canceling that thought, you're canceling this, and you're saying, I want to take a step back, I want to observe, and then I want to reflect, and then I want to respond rather than react.
Got it. So it's always respond, then react. Like take a step back, respond, don't react immediately.
Exactly.
Because we always are like, oh no, it's not this. Oh no, it's not that. Like we always are ready for a reaction, but it's a larger merit in holding, thinking our thoughts, putting it together, and then responding.
Absolutely, because then that gives you the clarity of what your next step is going to be.
Yeah.
And then there's a ripple effect into everything that's going to happen from that moment on.
There's one tiny change I can make tomorrow for my self-improvement, just to feel less stressed.
So you can work with breath, you can do meditation, you can do journaling. At an external level, people do spas and things like that, but there is like retreats which go deeper into your inner work, which support you better. So that's something that you can also do, because it's not just a one-day, one-off sort of situation. If you're continuously in that energy, you're continuously in that flow and in that motion of that calmness and being supported and being seen and being heard, then all of that helps you to address your current emotions.
A lot of times people think that, okay, they do all this work, but it's not really working for them. So what is that one myth that we really need to break? So people feel that, okay, they're really getting some positive outcomes or some feel goods by doing this kind of work. Because sometimes people feel this is a lot of work that they're putting in with no real results.
So I think that in a case of when you're doing self-help, for example, and reading self-help books and trying to help yourself, it's great because it is surface level, it's awareness, it's wisdom, and it's knowledge. But when you go to a professional therapist or a healer or a counselor or things like that, they are the ability to go deeper into what those patterns are, that subconscious belief systems are, the energetic blocks are, is something that like a professional will be able to take you through much better, and also it's much faster when you do it, with somebody who's trained.
So DIYs are not banned, and you can use self-help tools, books, etc. But sometimes you need professional help, and it's advisable to do that to really see the kind of results or outcomes, because you're saying the wounds are actually deeper than you imagine them to be.
Yes, and sometimes a self-help book, for example, will not be able to point that out to you. Whereas a professional will be able to immediately, because of their experience and knowledge, be able to say, this is the pattern, this is what needs to be addressed, and then have the correct tools to help you address. So not that you're using them as a crutch, it's not that you want to be with them long term, but once you have the understanding, the awareness and the tools, then you are good to go.
Yeah, but if you feel that you've done the work, spoken to friends and journal, but still not feeling quite it, this is your sign to go deeper. This is a sign for you to feel safe, to feel sound, and to feel protected. And that's exactly what we do at Meditourz. We curate tailored and personalized wellness retreats and well-being programs for you and your needs.
If this resonated for you, please save this and share this with somebody who you feel may benefit from this. And please remember that you don't have to do this alone, and you are not by yourself.